I've got a caller calling in on the line right now. Let's go ahead and see who it is. This is the NFL Exporter. Who do I have on the line with me today?
This is Craig with you.
Oh, what's going on, Craig? How you doing today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thanks for calling in. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland today.
Oh, Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, okay. And then what's your favorite football team?
Favorite team, Buffalo Bills, definitely. Looking good this year.
Okay, yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about it then. The Buffalo Bills, and so a big time victory last week, knocking off the Lions. Nobody seen that coming. 17-14. You guys are now 2-0 against the NFC North division. You knocked off the Bears in similar fashion in Week 1 in the overtime field goal. And so, yeah, what's the vibe? How's everybody feeling about this Buffalo Bills team this year? That I can say this much: they've been in every single ball game, even their couple losses. Tough loss to San Diego, other tough loss. Gosh, you'll be able to tell me. I forget who else the Bills lost to, but they've been competitive this year. How you feeling about their prospects moving forward?
Actually, I like our chances a lot better now that Kyle Orton has taken over. Nothing against DJ Mayo, but honestly, I mean, just his inexperience and him becoming rattled in the pocket and so on, like his indecisiveness, Kyle Orton, I mean, as a show, like in the second half of the game when the Bills made the comeback against Detroit, he definitely took control. I mean, on the two-point conversion play, which was a huge play in the Detroit game, he recognized the coverage and he checked out of it into a run play and got the two-point conversion, which ended up, tying the game up for the Bills. So, I mean, just all the little things, subtle things like him using his eyes, manipulating the secondary to, get receivers open. Just all the little intangibles that EJ doesn't do has been a big boost and helped the Bills get that win against Detroit last week.
Okay, yeah, and I must say, I was one of those persons when I seen the Bills make the switch. I thought that things was going to pretty much be the same, but obviously Kyle Lorton, like you said, was able to come in and show the composure and really show. I think it's just a matter of being seasoned. He has a lot more experience, as far as playing in NFL games under his belt than EJ Manuel. So hopefully this will be an opportunity for Manuel to be able to learn. Because Orton is an older player. He's not going to be there very long, so you're hoping this will be a good experience for EJ Manuel. Let's talk about the Bills' running game, though. These guys have not been able to get it going consistently on the ground. You have C.J. Spiller, a guy who a couple years ago rushed for over 1,200 yards. He's been fully healthy, which is a good thing. He struggled with injuries throughout his career. You have Fred Jackson, who's a great change of pace back, but what do you see being the issues? I thought that the Bills' running game would be a little bit more effective than what it's been so far.
Well, it's all a perspective of what type of defensive front they're going against. One of the first things, and then secondly is I think it's more C.J. Spiller, his lack of production, and him like every year that he puts pressure on himself to want to have a big year. I mean, this is a big year for himself coming into a contract year. He's always looking for the big play. Being a good NFL running back, honestly, you have to take what the defense gives you, and then you can get more after what the defense provides for you. Then you can break it out. But CJ, he always wants to hit home run. Fred Jackson, I mean, he's Mr. Consistent. I mean, every year, you kind of know what you're going to get out of Fred Jackson. He had the big, huge run that set up a game-winning field goal against Chicago. I mean, Fred Jackson is very consistent. And something else is, I'm surprised the Bills don't go to their depth. They haven't activated Bryce Brown, who's a big sleeper pickup. And I mean, mind you, I mentioned C.J. Spiller with being in the contract year. I believe this will be his last year in the Bills jersey with the addition of Bryce Brown, waiting in the wings. And I believe that just keeps him inactive, just to keep him healthy, make sure he's fresh. Because once C.J. is gone, it's going to be Bryce Brown and Fred Jackson, who just a couple weeks ago signed his one-year extension with the Bills. They also have Booby Dixon, a big power back who's used in short yards. They really haven't used him much the past couple weeks, but the Bills have plenty of depth. I don't see why the Bills would have issues outside of protection and CJ looking to do more with his carries than just taking what the defense gives him.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense there. Interesting, too. I thought Fred Jackson when I seen them sign Bryce Brown was going to be the guy out, and C.J. Spiller was going to be sticking around. But since they signed Jackson to that extension, I think the latter, what you said, certainly looks like it's going to hold true. Now let's talk about this Bills defense for a minute, who is playing absolutely lights out right now. They're ranked number 2 against the run. They're really controlling the line of scrimmage. Marcel Darius, a draft pick, paying off. Kyle Williams has been there for a while. Those two big bodies in the middle make it almost difficult, impossible to run in between the tackles. And then you got Super Mario Williams. He's found his groove back at that defensive end. You're really seeing them control the line of scrimmage this past week against Detroit. And so talk to me, man. What are you seeing in the Bills defense, especially the secondary, which look to be a liability, but with all the pressure that they're getting up front, they're being able to hold up their end. Not a lot of names that people know. Searcy and Aaron Williams at safety, Stephen Gilmore, Leotis McKelvin. How are the Bills defense making this thing work?
So it's the front seven mainly. The front seven is very dominant. I'll quote one of the Riola, the offensive lineman for Detroit. He said, he felt like he got beat up after playing the Buffalo Bills front. Mind you, Kyle Williams didn't play last week, but the front seven is consistent. They have a ton of depth, especially at the defensive tackle position with Corbin Bryant and Stephen Childs. So you just think of the Buffalo Bills and you think Mario Williams, Kyle Williams, Marcel Darius. You kind of forget about Jerry Hughes, who has been a steal of it. He was a steal in the trade, coming from Indianapolis. And the front four is good. The linebackers are surprisingly good this year. You would think they'd take a big hit with the loss of Kiko Alonso, but Nigel Bradham and Preston Brown, who quietly is the 4th leading tackler in the NFL, is doing great. And then you got Brandon Strike with his physicality. He's a big thumper in the middle. Something else. One of the main things and the main focus for this season was stopping the run. And the Bills are doing a great job of that. I believe right now they're ranked 4th, allowing 2.9 yards per carry. And then the secondary, something that a lot of people don't think about. Mind you, the Buffalo Bills team itself, they don't have that mystique about them, so a lot of teams may overlook them. But they have 2 first-round picks at corner with Leotis McKelvin and Stephon Gilmore, and then Aaron Williams, a second-round pick who started at corner and then made a nice transition to safety. And then Norris Searcy, I believe, he's a 4th or 5th-round pick out of North Carolina. These guys have played together for a couple of years. Stephen Childs started from his rookie year. These guys have played together, so the cohesiveness is there. And then mind you, job that Jim Schwartz has been doing with the team, picking up where my team left off. Honestly, it's just all coming together. These guys want it. Nice young depth. The team is hungry.
Definitely. All right. And then before we let you go, Craig, this week you guys play at home. First place is on the line. You're playing the New England Patriots. Obviously, the Patriots, have kind of owned the Bills in this whole division for the last 10 years. Last year, you guys had a home game against New England, had it under control. You guys were up 14-3 before some costly fumbles by Fred Jackson and Steve Johnson allowed the Patriots back in the ball game. I know the Patriots won impressively last week, but again, when you can control the line of scrimmage, it certainly gives you a huge advantage. What do the Bills need to do this week in order to beat the Patriots?
I think they need to control the ball. I wouldn't trust Tom Brady with the ball. If I was in England, I would trust him with the ball, but honestly, I would try and keep control of the game in the entirety by keeping the ball, control the ball. The run game is very important in this game with controlling the ball. And also, get a pass rush, make Tom Brady uncomfortable. If you give him an opportunity to set his feet and be able to read the defense and, just do what he does with the ball, New England's going to win. But honestly, it's going to be a raucous crowd. Mind you, the Pagula family, the confirmation came in today that, the purchase went through. They got the unanimous vote for, becoming the owner of the Buffalo Bills. So, Ralph Wilson Stadium is going to be a raucous crowd. It's going to be a real tough environment for New England to come in and win. Mind you, I'm sure Kyle Orton and, the Buffalo Bills offense is going to be ready to go. Sammy Watkins, once again, back in the mix as Rookie of the Week. So everything is working in Buffalo's favor to win this game. Mind you, New England hasn't been playing out. They've been very inconsistent. You know, the defense isn't living up to the hype with all the offseason additions that they have. So it's definitely Buffalo scored 21 points. Defense continue to do what they do. I mean, mind you, I believe it's on the front four. I don't know if Kyle Williams is going to play this week, but it's on the front four really to get after Tom Brady, make him more comfortable, make him make decisions, you know, at a faster pace. Secondary, you know, kind of stay consistent. The linebackers, you know, stop the run first. And, you know, I'm also something else is covering Gronkowski. You know, that's always been a mismatch. And then Eric Wright, a kind of a quiet trade that they did, you know, trading Logan Macon and for Eric Wright at tight end. You know, those are some big matchups that the Bills have to win to get this win.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot. I think you hit it on the head, you know, controlling the ball and just not making those silly mistakes. You know, this Bills team has over the years, you know, kind of found ways to allow teams to stick around and hang back in there. And that's what happened last year. You let Tom Brady hang around long enough, he's going to hurt you. All right, everyone. Well, that was Craig calling in from Maryland. Appreciate the call, Craig. Make sure you call back the show throughout the season so we can talk more about this Buffalo Bills team who, you know, seems to have all the pieces together to make a legitimate playoff or wild card push this year.
Hey, definitely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take it easy.